Okay, so we're trying to solve a problem today using, and for that, I'm going to show you how to use a custom function within a message mapping using Groovy script. So if you can see, I have an incoming in this mapping for this particular field, which is called gross pay, and the target is total gross in the trailer. So we're trying to sum up all the gross pay field amount in detail records and putting that into the target trailer, right? So if you can see, string incoming string has the amounts in this format, which is like 0112, which is a positive number, and then negative number. But you and then if you see, this negative number is becoming 0 in the target, and that's where the problem is, right? So it's kind of making it 0 because the minus towards the end is apparently not recognized here. So how do we solve this problem? So the solution is basically to have the amount in a correct format, right? And the restriction that we have is it's a string, right? So we need to handle it um, as a string first, and then we can go for adding or anything else, right? So in such cases, what you can do is you can create a function within a message mapping. If you, oops, my session has logged off. Okay, let it come back. Okay, so coming back to that field. Okay, this is already there. Let me come back in edit mode. Yep, I want to unlock the resource. Okay, so so we were on a base of custom functions, right? So in this case, this is already created. So let's create. Let me show you with the fresh creation of it. So under the mapping, if you on the left hand side, you'll see this create function thing, and then you name it according to the functionality you're trying to implement. In this case, I'm trying to handle the negative values, negative string values actually. Okay. So this is the default template that will be provided to you. It's that's the way you need to follow, and it has also given you some examples. So if you want to read or write the properties and how do you do that, right? You can get the header and get the property from the context, right? And for that you need to mention in the function mapping context, so this one, right? And then add output parameter to assign the output value. In that case also you can take the value from property and add it to another parameter called output, and the syntax has been provided. So pretty useful one. um, I'm going to just use the standard one which is there right now. So what I'm trying to do here is I need to check if my arg1 uh, ends with what sign, which is for negative, right? If this is true, then what I want to do is I want to substring it. I want to basically drop the last sign, right? So substring, starting from the zero position and then ending with arc1 dot uh, length, and then subtracting -1 from it. Okay, hopefully this expression works. Okay, right? And if that's the case, once the expression is dropped, I want to use a big decimal field called amount and assign my arg1 to it, right? And also in the end, I want to say that I really want to make it negative amount. Okay, right? And I actually want to end this one here so that it runs for both the conditions, whether it's negative or positive, right? So I drop the sign, then I assign it like this, and as I want to typecast it into big decimal as well, and yeah, so then I return the argument. So that's my code. Huh? Simple enough. Okay, script contains errors. What is the error here? Hmm. Okay, I think it looks correct. What's the error? What's the error? Oh, okay. So I'm so used to adding a dot after the statements as a delimiter because I'm so used to that. But anyways, so we got our custom function here. So all you need to do is just drag it now here, put your argument here, and then um, use it further. Um, so the beauty of this is you can incorporate a very complex logic. So and right now I've used a simple one, but in case you have a complex logic, so all that complexity can be incorporated in that Groovy, because you can write statements right instead of thinking just visually. Thinking visually is also good, but text sometimes it makes the thing very complicated because the um, amount of space it takes on the screen, so it becomes difficult to visualize as well. Mm, I think there's still a problem here. Now the values are showing up. So are this values correctly showing up? So it is doing its job, but it's the minus sign is dropped now. So that's a problem for us. Let's look at why is it happening. Should be a quick fix. Let's see. Okay, I think main reason is that I don't really need to handle the positive ones here because that should flow as is, and that's the fundamental mistake that I've done. So all of this code, like I was planning originally, should fall into this. Uh, um, okay, let's try now. Okay, let me troubleshoot. Okay, I'm back. So, as you can see, the result is correct now. There was a small bug in the script, which is, I forgot to return the value to the argument. Remember how this works is, you're inserting a sort of a plugin, a code plugin within your message mapping. So that code plugin basically will have a parameter, right? To take in and out your values, right? So that is nothing in this case, but the argument, right? arg1, right? So that's what we were missing. So always remember to put the result back into your argument string, whatever you take here. I use the default one arg1, so and then I assign the script back here. So now if you can see, our function is happening correctly. The negative signs are formatted correctly using this ends with and substring functionality. Okay, and yeah, so that's pretty much about it. Um, let me uh, sorry, let me try one more thing. Okay. Yep. So now it is correctly summing up all of the amounts because I have now taken the context as the header, which is that's how it is summing up all the amounts, right? So there you are. Let me also show you this XML file which we are using. uh, I'll put down all of these resources so that you can use it to practice. Yeah, so as soon as I took this header as a context, then it was able to sum up all the amounts, gross pay. Right, so that's how. Earlier, I was taking details, so it was not summing up because that amount was apparently within still the purview of that particular context. So I think that understanding the context is pretty important and useful in terms of this message mapping. But yeah, not the primary focus of this call. Um, this was primarily to show you how to include a script function to achieve a functionality within your message mapping, and I hope this was useful to you. Thank you very much.